The world watched. White smoke billowed. A new pope emerged. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, now Pope Francis, stepped onto the balcony. He was different, humble. He spoke of the poor. He called for mercy. Catholics felt hope. Change was coming. Francis wasted no time. He lived simply. He washed the feet of prisoners. He embraced those marginalized. He challenged the powerful. His message resonated. People responded. But not all were pleased. Whispers of discontent arose. Traditionalists felt uneasy. Francis's emphasis on social justice seemed political. His openness to dialogue worried some. Change can be unsettling. It can breed resistance. A storm was brewing. The first tremors were subtle. Conservative theologians voiced concerns. They questioned Francis's approach to doctrine. His pronouncements on family issues, particularly divorce and remarriage, sparked debate. The lines were drawn. Lay Catholics also felt the tension. Traditionalists felt alienated. They saw Francis as straying from established teachings. His emphasis on conscience over strict rules troubled them. The church, they knew, seemed to be shifting. Within the Vatican, resistance grew. Cardinals and bishops expressed reservations. They feared Francis was moving too fast. His reforms to Vatican finances and bureaucracy met resistance. The old guard felt threatened. Criticism escalated. Conservative Catholic media outlets became platforms for dissent. Articles and commentaries questioned Francis's every move. They accused him of heresy. They called for his resignation. The attacks became personal. Prominent figures within the church joined the chorus. Cardinals Raymond Burke and Gerhard Müller openly challenged Francis. They accused him of sowing confusion. They questioned his authority. The opposition gained momentum. Lay organizations aligned with conservative views added their voices. They organized protests and petitions. They used social media to spread their message. The backlash was no longer confined to the church's inner circles. It had become a public spectacle. Amid the storm, Francis found allies. Progressive Catholics rallied to his defense. They saw him as a breath of fresh air. They praised his commitment to the poor and marginalized. They defended his reforms. Theologians and scholars published articles and books. They argued that Francis was rooted in Catholic tradition. They highlighted his continuity with previous popes. They emphasized his pastoral approach. Many lay Catholics felt a deep connection with Francis. They admired his humility and compassion. They were inspired by his message of mercy and inclusion. They saw him as a beacon of hope in a troubled world. A church divided, the growing rift. The controversy deepened the divide within the church. Traditionalists and progressives dug in their heels. Dialogue became increasingly difficult. Suspicion and mistrust poisoned the atmosphere. The media amplified the conflict. Headlines screamed of schism and division. The image of a united church was tarnished. The controversy spilled over into parishes and families. Relationships were strained. The situation became a source of pain and frustration for many Catholics. They longed for unity and peace. They worried about the future of the church. The controversy cast a long shadow, navigating the storm. Pope Francis's response to the backlash. Pope Francis faced the backlash with characteristic humility and resolve. Despite the intense scrutiny and criticism, he remained steadfast in his mission. He acknowledged the concerns of his critics, understanding that their voices represented a significant portion of the church. He listened to their arguments with an open heart, showing his willingness to engage in meaningful dialogue. But he refused to be drawn into a public battle, choosing instead to focus on his pastoral duties and the broader mission of the church. Francis continued to preach his message of mercy and compassion, emphasizing the core values of the gospel. He emphasized the importance of dialogue and understanding, reaching out to people of all faiths and backgrounds. He called for unity within the church, urging all members to come together in a spirit of brotherhood and mutual respect. He urged Catholics to focus on the gospel message of love and service, reminding them of their duty to care for the marginalized and the needy. While acknowledging the need for reform, he stressed the importance of continuity, ensuring that changes would not compromise the Church's core principles. He reaffirmed the Church's teachings on essential doctrines, making it clear that the foundation of the faith would remain unshaken. He sought to strike a balance between tradition and renewal, guiding the Church through a period of transformation with wisdom and grace. The future of the Church, charting a course through troubled waters. In this section, we delve into the complexities and challenges that the Catholic Church faces in the modern era. The journey ahead is fraught with uncertainties and difficult decisions. The controversy surrounding Pope Francis raised profound questions about the future of the Catholic Church. His progressive views and actions have sparked both admiration and criticism, leading to a polarized atmosphere within the Church. It exposed deep divisions within the Church. These divisions are not just theological but also cultural and generational, reflecting broader societal changes and tensions. It revealed the challenges of balancing tradition and change in a rapidly evolving world. The Church must navigate these waters carefully, respecting its rich heritage while also addressing the needs and concerns of contemporary believers. The Church found itself at a crossroads. This pivotal moment requires thoughtful reflection and decisive action. The choices made now will shape the future of the Church for generations to come. Would it cling to the past or embrace the future? This question looms large as the Church grapples with its identity and mission in a changing world. Would it remain a monolithic institution or become a more decentralized and diverse community? The answers remain uncertain. The global nature of the Church means that any decision will have far-reaching implications. One thing is clear: the Church cannot ignore the voices of dissent. These voices represent a significant portion of the faithful who seek change and reform. It must find ways to engage with those who hold different views. Open dialogue and inclusive discussions are essential for fostering unity and understanding within the Church. It must seek common ground while remaining faithful to its core teachings. The path forward is not easy, but with faith and determination, the Church can navigate these troubled waters and emerge stronger. Seeking common ground. The path to reconciliation. The path to reconciliation within the Church will be long and challenging. It will require humility, patience, and a willingness to listen. It will demand a commitment to dialogue and understanding. Both sides must be willing to acknowledge their own shortcomings. They must resist the temptation to demonize those who hold different views. They must focus on what unites them, their shared faith in Jesus Christ. The Church can draw inspiration from its own history. It has weathered storms before. It has found ways to reconcile seemingly irreconcilable differences. The current crisis presents an opportunity for growth and renewal. Lessons learned, a time for reflection and growth. The controversy surrounding Pope Francis has been a painful chapter in the life of the Church. The protests and debates have brought to light deep-seated issues and concerns that have long been simmering beneath the surface. These events have not only challenged the leadership but also the faith of many believers. But it has also been a time of profound learning and reflection. The Church has had to look inward, to examine its practices, its teachings, and its approach to modern issues. This period of introspection has been crucial for growth and understanding. It has forced Catholics to confront difficult questions about their faith and their Church. Questions about inclusivity, morality, and the role of the Church in contemporary society have come to the forefront. These are not easy questions, but they are necessary for the evolution of the faith. The experience has highlighted the importance of humility and respect in dialogue. It has shown that listening to different perspectives, even those that challenge the status quo, is essential for true understanding and progress. It has revealed the dangers of rigidity and intolerance. When people hold on too tightly to their own views without considering others, it can lead to division and conflict. The Church has seen firsthand the damage that can be done when empathy is lacking. It has underscored the need for empathy and compassion in dealing with those who hold different views. Understanding and kindness can bridge gaps and heal wounds that rigid stances and harsh words cannot. Perhaps the most important lesson learned is that the Church is not a monolith. It is made up of individuals with diverse backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. This diversity is a strength, not a weakness. It is a diverse and vibrant community of believers. This diversity should be celebrated and embraced as it enriches the Church and its mission. It is through respectful dialogue and engagement that the Church can truly grow and fulfill its mission in the world. By fostering an environment where all voices are heard and valued, the Church can move forward in unity and strength, ready to face the challenges of the future. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.